G'day guys, how's it going? Righto, we're doing a few more mods to this bloody ultimate adventure machine, the old Himalayan. So in this video, we're going to replace the stock exhaust muffler with a Lextek, and also do the DNA air filter. So put a new filter in there, but also the air filter mod that allows more air to come in with the new exhaust, more air out, hopefully. And that may get us a little bit more performance, a better note to the exhaust. Now, from an aesthetic point of view, I really like this muffler on this bike. It just works brilliantly to me. I've seen other Himalayans where they've popped on exhaust pipes and it just doesn't look, it looks like it's just, it looks kind of dodgy. Which sometimes is a good thing. But anyway, so hopefully this Lextek will pop on there and pretty much look part of the bike, not like a chopped off, banged on, I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's have a look at these products. Okay guys, so this is the Lextek muffler. Boom. It's called a SA1. It's a 37mm, I think it is. Comes with all the attachment bits and pieces. So hopefully I just undo something over there, slip off the standard, slip that one on, do it up, and that's it. No adapters and bits and pieces. It should all just go really, really easy with that. These are the DNA, that's the filter, so that's not a paper filter, that's a washable or cleanable filter. And that is the mod to the airbox intake. So you'll see that in a minute. Where the filter is, there's actually a cover over it and there's a little slot at the bottom so the air comes up and then in. We do away with that plastic cover. We slop this bloody ring thing that's screwed on in the same way, but it just leaves a big wide open hole. So you'll get more air in, and then hopefully with this, more air out. As you'll most probably see, if you can, there you go. That is pretty much straight through. So I should give it a better note too. And you know, hopefully we get a bit more bloody power, like I was saying. I'm mainly hoping that it's gonna not look like a dodgy add-on piece, because I really like the way that that exhaust looks. Anyway, as you guys know, this bike's being bloody given away. All the stuff that I take off is going to be going with that bike, so people can take this one off and put the old one back on if they want to do that, you know, whatever. So there you go. Details in the description on how to win the motorbike. Jay Leno's Garage Australia and Biker Bits team effort, giving a Himalayan away. Right, shut up. Let's get into doing this. Actually, guys, let's do the standard exhaust sound test. So that's idle. Track test. Righto, guys, I'll take this off first just to get that out of my way. So we've got that, and then we've got that there. What I'll do is loosen this one up first. Did have a spin. Alright, we'll leave that sitting in there. Right, and we get this, loosen this bugger up. Righto, so that should be loose enough. We'll pull that out of there. That's it. Should be able to just wiggle that off. Boom! Wow! That's heavy. Right, well that was pretty bloody easy. Right, so there is the Lextek plus all the gear. What we're going to do is weigh it, but I just want to have a look at, yeah, so that's a hefty, quite a hefty extra bloody a lot of shit there. But anyway, alright, let's weigh this stuff. Grab my little weighing machine, get him going. I might turn that, you guys might be able to see that. I think I weighed what this was, so 2.3 got to throw on all the bits. So 2.5 kilograms is that. That should be an easy number for me. Whack that on. 4.3. It's nearly 2 kilograms. There you go. Just off. 1.8 kilograms is what we're saving by putting on the Lextek. Righto, let's whack it on. Right, well there you go guys. So I just want to put these two together. Straight up, this is the better looking exhaust pipe for the Himalayan. You know, it's got this patina on it. Yeah, this black thing here, plain black there. This has got the carbon fibre, a bit leery, this leery thing here, and that doesn't match, you know, the patina that is on the actual pipe. So yeah, but you know, what can you do? Righto guys, I just want to show you that. So getting this rubber thing on there, it's a bit of a chore to get these both sides. That kind of, I'll show you in here. So I've cut off a little piece, but you can see there, there's a groove. So you got to get that, and I've already see it starting to bloody pop off there. You just got to go bit by bit by bit by bit, try and get it on there, and then we've got to get it on the pipe and blah blah blah. So it is a bit of a fiddly thing if you want it. I mean, it's not necessarily have to be nice, but I'm trying to do a professional bloody job here. Right, yeah guys, so I've got this sitting here, that's been placed on there. This should keep yourself out of your way. There, close to there. What I've got to do is work out where that's got to sit. Now, because the bolt up here, see how very long, tall that is? There was a big spacer on it. This one doesn't have a spacer, so I've got to make sure that that's up off that swing arm. And so my thinking is that I do this up tight first. I get it in the right position and crank that down so that when I do the pulling and the stretching, it's moving, it's doing the whole thing. But so I could have it sitting there and line it up, but then when I move it, this thing might be the wrong way. So I just got to work on that for a minute. You know what guys, I've just realised something. I have a motorcycle lift here. I am squatting down on the ground doing this. Why am I doing this? I've also got a problem, which I'm going to lift this up, but so I've got that square. If I bring that here, that's as far as it goes, because that pipe there, we're lifting that whole pipe and it's hitting on the metal there. So we don't want it touching that, we've got to have it off, and we don't want it in vibration either. It's got to be away from it. So that means that this really needed to be longer, or now what I'm going to have to do is loosen that and actually have that off square. Right, let's just get this bloody lift up. Alright guys, that's a little bit bloody better on me back, eh? So I've got to loosen this. Now to reach that. She's going to be bloody. Oh, and that's gonna, yeah, wow. I don't know, I don't know. I don't want it hitting on there. I don't know if I can. Oh, shit. Apart from making a bracket to bring that down a little bit, that's a pain in the ass. Let me think about it, guys. Oh, dearie me. Righto, this is much later on. So I'm having a cigarette and a coffee to explain what's happened. Okay, so I've buggered up. So I've got this Lextek muffler. I should have got, there is a kit that goes with this, and the kit comes with two different brackets, I think it's a 38mm and then there's a 50mm bracket that goes on there. It comes with the bolts to attach it. It also comes with the what do you call it, the exhaust bloody sealant bloody bullshit. I think that was about it that comes with it. So I didn't get that. So that is something that you can purchase with this Lextek muffler to suit this Himalayan. Obviously this muffler can go on lots of different bikes. So I didn't do that. So that's cool. Now there's a little bit more to it. I don't know whether you can notice there's some scuffing down there and there's a sticker here. I'll get to that bit. So what I've done is I thought, bugger it, I'm not waiting to get this bloody kit to get this done. I have done my own, I've made my own. I believe, I'll show you. Okay, here we go. So as you can see, that black thing there is a bracket. I've made that out of steel. It's very thick. I have put in high tensile bolts in there. I've also put there's a nut there I've used as a spacer. And the reason for that is that when I was putting it on, I was looking and I'm thinking, wow, that's really close. Obviously it's not now. And the other thing is that when I took the other, I thought this was dirt, but that's actually scratched. Can you see that? So the stock exhaust was rubbing on the swing arm. And if we look around here, you can see it's even torn a part of that sticker there. And also, if we come around here, I was having a look. So you can see, there it is being rubbed there. So I'm thinking that this has happened when we did the Kara ride. So really putting this Himalayan to the test. But also, have a look at that. It's a bloody dent. And I thought, holy shit. What that dent is, I believe when I've put the stock one there, is I reckon the dent has come from this, yeah, obviously the swing arm coming up as it does, and that nut has punctured it, because that other muffler is a lot, you know, it came down a lot lower and it's a lot thicker or bigger. So what the hell, Royal Enfield? What stock? That was stock. That should not happen on a stock bike. They should have been clearance enough. I can't work out why that would do that. Anybody else with a Himalayan? Check that for me. See if you've got on the inside, if you've got the stock muffler on, has that happened to you? Or is it just a once-off bloody problem on this bike? I don't know, maybe it got pushed in or something like that. I don't know. I mean, there's no marks on this bike to show that it's, you know, fallen over or anything like that. So yeah, that was crazy. All right, so anyway, I've fixed the problem. I believe this, what I've done here, is going to be actually stronger and better than what you would buy in that kit, looking at it online. So I'm happy with what I've done there. Yeah, I even painted that black, so and the gold I think works with it. Anyway, blah blah blah. So I've actually started this, but I do have exhaust leaking just slightly. You can just feel that on the top and on the bottom. So tomorrow I've got to go and get some exhaust sealant to finish this job off, and then put that on. Boom. So what we're going to do now is jump onto the other side. We'll just get the air stuff done. Okay guys, let's bloody, this hopefully will be a simple job. I shouldn't say that, because you know what happens when you bloody say that. Shit goes awry. This off. That should just pop out. Right, so that's our little cover. Get those out of the way. What do we got? Phillips. That pops out. So this gets put away. We don't use that. That doesn't go back on. The stock air filter, boom. So doing that Cara, that looks pretty good nick. But put that away. So here is the DNA, or whatever the bloody hell they call it. Yeah, DNA. That comes from the factory pre-oiled, so that's already oiled. That just goes in there, like that. This is that bloody ring. That's what's going to replace that thing. So there's no option but for that to sit there like that. I think I've got to lift that up and get that under. And push it, so that's not... Ah, there you go. Yeah, like cooking with gas. And you've got to make sure we get this right. That's where all the shit goes into the friggin' engine. Nice. Right. Tighten them up, but don't over tighten. They've just got to be snug. Beauty. So that, obviously now, is just going to sit there like that. And there you go. Boom. Righto. Pull that back on. Boom. That's a job done. Right guys, so this bloody DNA filter, there it is there. So as I said, it came pre-oiled from the factory. So they actually have a cleaning kit, very much like the old uni filter, which I use with the DR650, that thing. It has its own filters, and it has, you use their cleaning and their oil. So they have the same thing. Now whether you can, with that particular filter, whether you could go, oh, I just want to use Kero to clean it up and just put the normal filter oil on it, I don't know whether you can do that or not. I would personally get the right stuff for it. Righto, so that's it. Tomorrow I'll go down, get that gasket bloody sealant, get that sealed up, give it a start up. It wasn't when I did... Let's start it up now, why not? Oh. Everything's all sweet. So, it's not hugely loud, but you can hear it's got that pop, pop, pop. A better sound. Better sound. Righto, I'll see you tomorrow. Rightio guys, so it's the morning, and what I have done is, obviously I've taken off the exhaust. That might give you a better shot at that, what do you call it, the bracket that I made up. But I've got to fix, this will be the perfect time to fix this up. So where that sticker was actually cut, I don't know what's done that, but there's nothing on there. It's just this spot here, and that's the only spot that has just gotten to the metal. The rest of it hasn't actually gone through the whole of the paint. So what I'm going to do is just give that a touch up with some paint, and mainly for that bit there, this part will be aesthetic. That's just to protect that bit of bare metal there. So that's my plan, and then I'll zip down, get some sealant, and get all that bloody done. Boom! Righto, so I have managed to spray paint this. So what I did was gave it a light little sand just to smooth it over. Normal thing, wax and grease remover. I've used the satin black Septone stuff. I've used this on my Jeep on the roof. I had rust forming up there, sanded, sprayed this on. It's been a couple of years and it's still holding up. So I'm happy with that paint. and I think that's a satin black. I think that's going to do the best look at, you know, colour matching. Right, let's rip some bloody gear out of here and really see how I went. Because the other thing when you're doing patch jobs is that you don't want a hard line. So I've put stuff so that it would feather pretty much. Yeah, look, I'm pretty happy with that. Let me just quickly rip that one off, rip that out of the way. Right, so boom, I'm sure you guys can't bloody really tell anything different. Let's get on there like that. So I can just see it feathering there. So you can see it's slight. This is the normal paint is just a little bit duller. This is a bit more shinier. So that's it. I think that once that muffler goes through there, you're not even going to see that anyway. But the main thing is that it's now protected, and I don't think that's going to be an issue from an aesthetic point. Brilliant. Rightio guys, so now it's going to slip this bloody thing back on. I'm going to use the JB exhaust system sealant, which explains exactly what we're doing here. So I've cleaned both surfaces, and strangely enough, it says I've got to wet the surfaces that have to be put together. I thought that was a bit weird, but hey, do what the instruction says and we should be all good. Do the slip-on part as well. Just put a bit of water around there. Righto, make sure I don't drink that later on. Then I get the old goo, and it says to liberally, and that means whack heaps on where it's going to join. And if I suppose, you know, you shouldn't be able, if you put too much on, it's just going to squeeze out and just clean it off. And that reckons half an hour for it to set, and then we're right to go, and we can bloody ride the thing. Liberally whack that on. Make sure I get an even coverage. I'm sure exhaust fumes are like bloody water. If there's a crack or a way for it to get out, the bastard will get out. Oh. I might just whack a little bit on these gaps. And the gaps on the sides is obviously for it to be able to squash down, if you know what I mean. Slippy dip that over there. Oops, hang on, turn that back around before we go too far. There. That one up there. Put a spring washer on, because we don't have a nylock nut. The spring washer will stop this from bloody vibrating off. You don't want your exhaust falling off. I'll do that for now. And then I've got to make sure that that is straight. I think about that. I reckon that's not too bad. I reckon that's it, not too much. Quickly tighten this one up here. Righto. It's done. Now we've just got to clean this mess up. Righto, so that's half an hour now, guys. I'll leave that, then I'll get it started up, make sure there's nothing leaking out of there, then I can put that final piece on, and this is a job done. Rightio guys, it is the next morning and we are ready to do our bloody test ride. So there it is, that's what it looks like. It's not as bad as what I thought it was going to do. It still looks like, you know, it doesn't have the original, it's an add-on. type of thing. We've lost 1.8 kilograms, which is good. Everything's nice and straight that I'm happy with. We've got good clearance there, so we shouldn't have a problem with the scuffing or bottoming out issue. And tested it last night. There is no exhaust leakage. That's all sealed up really nice now, so all we've got to do, jump on it and take it for a ride, see how it goes, see if it's got some more poke. Hang on guys, before we bloody head out on the bike, I just want to quickly, for those that don't know, we are giving that bike away, and the way to win that bike, all you have to do is go to jlenosgarage.com.au, go to that website. Anything that you buy on there, every $10 you spend there will get you one entry into winning that bike. I tell you what, the odds on winning this bike are bloody great. This isn't a Kellogg's or a Coca-Cola bloody giveaway where there's millions of people going into it. So your odds are really good. And yeah, there's all the products up there. The guys that follow me know I love the bloody Jay Leno stuff. It's good quality shit. Jay Leno's not going to put his name on bloody a product that's crap. The other way that you can win it is if you sign up to be a crew member, a Bike of It's crew member, where you support the bloody channel. That's what it's all about. Every $10 you spend with by doing that is a entry into winning the bike. Cool bananas. It's going to, the draw ends on the 30th of May, so we're coming up really quick, and then someone's gonna be drawn out, I think June 8th or something like that, and then we'll deliver it to them. Bloody ripper. Righto, let's get on the road. Rightio guys, I'm just coming through Dougal's crack, and my first initial thought is, yeah, it feels like it does have a little bit more bloody poke, but I've noticed I've somehow got a vibration rattle. Yeah, it just comes at a certain rev, it vibrates. There, it's vibrating. Soon the boom, and then it's just straight at a certain level. It just drops straight out. So I don't know what that is. I've been trying to touch bits and pieces to figure out where it's getting that vibration from. It's yeah, I'm not sure what the vibration is. It doesn't like it's not. It sounds like it's just something, whether it's a guard or something vibrating. So yeah, brilliant, no bloody problems. Rightio guys, I'm just going to give it to it here on the twisty section. No one behind me. Yep, I reckon it's got more poke, definitely. Yeah, yep, I'm sold. That's pretty cool. I think it's just livened it up a little bit. That's all it's done. You're not going to get great, you know, crazy horsepower by doing this. It's given a bit more poke, just livened it up. That's what I'm saying, and I like it. Except for that little vibration that's bloody coming out of it. I'll have to fix that, because that'll drive whoever wins this bike a little bit nutty. It's not excessive or anything, but it's just you hear it come on and then come off. So yeah, I love this bike. It's really cool to ride. It's easy. It's just really easy. You know, it's just, I've said it before, like, you know, the braking is pulling me up. It's smooth. It's just a really good, I think it's a really good motorbike. You know, for what it does and for the intended market demographic of people that would ride a bike like this. Brilliant. Righto, I'll see you back at the man cave. Well, there you go guys, absolutely brilliant. I love that. Every time I jump on this bike and go ride, I'm just going, I could jump on this bike and ride around Australia on the road and would love it. Or ride around Australia trying to do as much dirt as bloody possible, and I would enjoy it on that bike. I don't know what it is. It's comfortable. It's confidence inspiring. It's not a wieldy beast or anything like that, if you know what I mean. So anyway, look, the Lextek SA1 exhaust pipe, slip-on, and that DNA filter with the DNA filter mod, brilliant. Don't think you're going to get another 20 horsepower. That's not what this upgrade is. It's giving this bike more poke. It's livening it up. So I think that's a good thing. I'm happy with that. Now, as for whether you're going to use more petrol running this and on all those bits and pieces, it didn't seem to have any problems with starting and running or conking out, or that setup didn't seem to make any difference to how this bike runs, apart from that livening up aspect. Yeah, bloody absolutely brilliant. So that vibration, I had Nay out here, we're revving it and trying to figure out where that is. It's coming from underneath the petrol tank. So I'll figure out, I'll have to take the petrol tank off and have a bit of a look. I'll suss it out and get that sorted out. It sounds like it's just something small's doing gets to a certain rev and it's doing a vibrate. That's basically all it is. Cool bananas, righto, we've got shitloads to put on this thing. So thank you to Essendon Motorcycles and Mowers down in Melbourne for supplying that all that gear that we've put on there. That was supplied free of charge for us. Yeah, bloody ripper. Righto guys, remember, keep on riding, and if you ain't riding, keep on keeping on.